Hello, so my name is Noah Wilson, and I'll be informing you about my trip to Jamaica. This past summer, my family and I took a trip to Jamaica. It was an amazing trip, and we got to see a bunch of breathtaking things, and we all had an amazing time together. When we got ready for this trip, it was a big hassle. There was a lot of things we had to make a checklist of and make sure we had to get ready for. First things first, we all had to go get passports because me and my brother had never been out of the country before, and my parents had to both renew theirs, so that was the first thing we had to do to get ready. About a week before our flight, I got pretty sick. I got really stuffy nose, and allergies just got terrible out of nowhere, and I just felt really bad. Knowing that we were going to be flying in a week, I knew we had to do something, because with flying, the pressure and then the sickness already giving me pressure, I knew that it just wouldn't be good. So we went to the doctor, and luckily she prescribed me some medicine that throughout that week helped to cure whatever it was that was making my head stuffy. When we got to the airport, when we were about to leave for the trip, it was around 4 a.m. We had a pretty smooth sailing time. Everything was going well. We left the RDU, the airport, and flew to the Charlotte airport. And when we got there, everything was good, and we were getting in line to get on the plane, and just to find out that we'd been upgraded to first class, which was a pretty good surprise. So we got to ride first class from Charlotte to Jamaica. Once we arrived in Jamaica, it was all a good time from there. We got to the airport, and it was pretty hectic. There was a lot of people there screaming in other languages that, we were just trying to figure everything out, where to go, where we were supposed to go, where our bus was to take us to the resort. We had to ask around 10 people just to figure out where our bus was. Once we finally got on the bus, it was pretty fun from there. It was a little scary too. We started off on the bus ride. We cut about 4 cars off getting onto the roads. Then, once we got on the roads and we were riding on the wrong side of the road in the first place. And then, as we were going, we went to go past a few cars. And as we did, there were some other cars coming head on. And we got back over in the lane in the nick of time. It was pretty scary. The driver was pretty entertaining. He told us a lot of facts and funny stories, which was nice to keep us all entertained. We stayed at an all-inclusive resort called the Grand Palladium. It was very beautiful. It was a great place. If you ever go, I recommend it. It was a very breathtaking view of the ocean, and everything at the resort was top-notch and nice. Once we got there, we went to our rooms. We got our room keys to go to our rooms, and we put all our luggage away. And me and my brother had our own room, which was pretty nice. And once we did that, me and my brother, we headed out to the resort just to see everything and check everything out. We just looked around the resort and saw all the restaurants, places. There were many things to do. There were courts, volleyball courts, basketball courts, 2 beaches, and just a lot of things to do. So after we did that, we met everybody else back at the resort where the pool is and the lounges, and we all hung out around there for the first day and just did a lot of fun things and relaxed after, a long travel and a long trip and the time change. So some things to do at the beach were we hung out at the beach, and there were 2 beaches. One was more of a relaxing beach, and the other was more of a activity beach. There were things to do like paddleboarding, snorkeling, kayaking, and we got I learned how to sail a catamaran, which is really fun. To get to learn how to sail that and be able to take people out on it. My family. Another thing we did was we hung around the pool, laid out most of the days for a little while at least. We all participated in many volleyball matches. We'd wake up in the morning after sleeping in and go play volleyball for a few hours and sweat and work off all the food we ate that day or the day before. The resort hosted many parties and clubs and things to do at nights, which we enjoyed a lot, hanging out. One thing we did do was we went off the resort to go to Rick's Cafe. It was a it was fun. We got to jump off a 40-foot cliff, which was pretty breathtaking, but it was an awesome time. Now to really wrap this up, the trip was amazing. I highly recommend going to Jamaica and staying at the Grand Palladium Resort. We all hated to leave. The hardest part was probably having to pay again since it was an all-inclusive resort. So once we left to come back home, we just had to pay for everything again. But I would 10 out of 10 recommend going to Jamaica and staying at the Grand Palladium. We all had a good time, made good memories. Thank you.